Well, hello. I think we're live. I hope we're live. Whoa, the fire's live. You can hear it crackling back there. I just threw a log in. That's my old Monarch stove, somewhere in the 30s. The 24 oscillator, it's called, and it's oscillating away. Okay, let's get started here. Intro. This is not a fundraiser. First thing I gotta say. So, relax. Keep the money in your pocket. You probably need it. As far as comments go, this is just to say hello. Every once in a while I want to say hello directly to my viewers. And this one is in particular, it's to the subscribers. YouTube doesn't give a lot of advantages to being a subscriber, to be honest with you. So at least when I do a live video, it's a benefit to be a subscriber. No politics, no hate, no whining. Chill out. Put the kettle on the stove if you got a stove like this, or have a coffee, have a beer if you want, and let's just see what we can talk about. I don't really have anything on the table. I would like to talk about things like camping and, the cabin, things like that. Okay, enough talking for me. I guess I better put on my little glasses. Something just went off. What was it? I don't know. Oh, yeah. I've just got one light. Oh, I know what it is. Oh, it's this goofy flashlight thing I bought. It goes on the wall. And it's activated. Oh, stop it. Okay, I'm going to turn that thing off. It's motion activated. It's supposed to be like a night light, because I do have some power in here. That's a whole video in itself, getting electricity in here. I could say I am off the grid, because technically I am. I'm using battery power. But I'm not charging the batteries on site right now. I have the solar panels. I just haven't got that far. There's just so many things I have to do. So anyway, I'm going to shut up and stop talking, and I'll start seeing what people are saying. Now, there is a delay. What is it? I think there's like a minute delay. I'm going to go right up to the top here and just try to get a few comments. Thanks, Jesus. This is going to be awesome. Well, I don't know. Hopefully it's going to be fun. This is not for funding. It's a fun thing. How's that? Larry Pitcher from Bermuda. Well, lucky guy. Hey, you don't need a wood stove down there. Only Vista Rick. I'm amazed how you come up with ideas to make something work. Wow, you are a natural fixer of lots of projects. Well, thank you. And that means a lot to me. I try. I don't always succeed, but I'll come up with an idea and play with it. And if I can't find a way of doing it, I'll figure it out myself and go from there. There's always like several ways of doing things, and I usually try at least 5 of them until I get it right. Cool trucking. Can't wait to chit chat. Well, I'm here, cool trucking. William Bodie, it'll be late for me here. I don't know. Oh, Germany. Okay, yeah. See, this is the thing I struggle with. I'm in New Brunswick, and that's Atlantic time. And I know a lot of my viewers, when I lived in the West, were Pacific time or Mountain time or whatever. So yeah, that's what's the difference? Like 3 or 4 hours. I don't know. Anyway, let's just go down there. Are there any questions? Aloha from Hawaii. Well, you guys are probably warm there as well. Good for you. Oh, by the way, it's kind of warm in here right now. I've had the stove on and off all day. I was trying to keep it about 10 Celsius, which is about 50 degrees Fahrenheit. I have succeeded. I just put a log in there when I just started, and I've got a few little more bits. I'm burning birch, by the way, if anybody cares. I'll show you here. There. Well, this is a birch log, in case you didn't know. And my goal, is to be able to use like 3 of these a day, not to keep up to like room temperature of like 68 degrees, but to just keep it above freezing. And by the time I want to go to bed at night, then I'd throw another one in, and hopefully that would do me till morning. That's my goal. This stove needs a little work. And by the way, I've got to say that I really appreciated all the comments I got about the stove. Some people were really fantastic. I mean, there's some comments that were made over and over and over again, and that's why I pin comments usually when there's repeats, and like I respond, and then I see the next one's the same thing. Well, I don't respond anymore because I've already said it. But there's a multitude of ones in this one. I think one of the best advice, and I needed it. I was only used to my little wood stove for the trailer, and it was pellet fed. So this is a totally different beast. Hopefully you can see it there good. So the number one tip I appreciated was that I need to start off with more wood right at the beginning. Just blast out the heat, and then just let her simmer down through the day and keep the coals going and all that. Totally understand that, and it is working totally. Other comments that I got. Oh, by the way, I don't know if you can see. Hold on, I'm just going to tilt this a little bit. There, you see, I've got a stove board underneath it. It's not on the wood floor anymore. I know some people were really concerned with that, and I appreciate that. So don't worry, I'm covered, or the floor is covered anyway. Lots of good tips. The stove fan, boy, you can't see it. There is the little stove fan is right on it right now. It's helping a little bit. It's not helping a lot. It's because this is a lot bigger space, and because it's open in the rafters, and that makes a big difference. If it was a small room and a low ceiling, those little fans, you don't need electricity. The heat powers themselves. They work great. In here, it's helping a little bit, but I still think I need a big fan, like hanging from above, bringing the air down. Hardwoods. People asked me, or a lot of people said that I need hardwoods, and I probably do. However, my philosophy is, if I'm already out in the forest, why am I importing wood? I want to use what is available. I mean, that is key for me, for a lot of, even for my own philosophical reasons, is I don't want to bring wood in. There's wood out there. It's not as good. It's not as efficient. I just need to make it work. And that's how this is going to work with me. And the other thing that I noticed in the comments, and I kept saying it throughout my videos, and I guess people just don't watch all my videos. I understand that, but I do not live in this cabin. This is a side project. I live nearby, but I don't live in this cabin. It's when I want to get away for a few days, or I just want to, get that off the grid feeling. I come here, and I'm planning on using it throughout the winter, but not for like a month straight. That would just use too much wood. I just use it for 2 or 3 days at a time. I'm going to say that again. I do not live in this cabin. It's something like I took this on a whim. Is really I saw that it was available. I was like, well, wouldn't that be cool? Like, it's like living in the mountains in the West and living around Banff and the Rockies and seeing these cute little cabins. It's like, oh, someday I just love one of those. And of course, nothing in the Rockies is affordable. New Brunswick, things are. You'd be absolutely amazed how many little places are out there, especially in New Brunswick, that have just been abandoned. You can get them for a song, and it's such a great learning experience to renovate a little cabin like this if you have the time and you're willing to learn. And I totally am. I love this. Some of it's a little dicey, but hey, I'm getting through it. I'm here. I'm warm. I got electricity right now. So cool. Okay. Love your channel, C. Roberts. You remind me so much of my dad. I hope that's a good thing. uh, but he could look at a problem and come up with a solution. He built the house we grew up in. Keep up the good work. Well, my dad was like that as well. And that's really where I got it from. I mean, he grew up, during the Depression. And yeah, I think he dropped out of school at grade 9 because he had to work on the farm. And I think I've said it before that, but some of the smartest people in the world are farmers because they have to make do with whatever they've got out there, and they're out in the middle of nowhere. They have their shop. They can, if something is broken, they fix it. They're not taking a course or anything, and so totally appreciate farmers, and I totally appreciate dads as well. Linda Woods, hello Sam. Just wanted to hello Slim. I just wanted to say I enjoyed your channel for some time. Love your travels and adventures, and now the cabin build is awesome. Thank you, Linda. Richard Thomas, yay! Looking forward to this. Okay, looks like I got a whole bunch of comments. Happy Turkey Festivus for Henri Codger. I guess it's okay. Is it Thanksgiving? I don't know. It's November. I guess it could be. Yeah, I guess it is Thanksgiving. Okay. Dale Pointer. Hey, Dale. Dale's the poet. My poetry is my way of appreciating this inspirational channel. Well, thank you, Dale. I'm always inspired by your little poems. I'm amazed how you can just like lightning come up with something, like not just like a sentence. You'll do like a whole series of, just beautiful words crafted. Appreciate that. Hope you're going to stick around. I hope I inspire you. Okay. Marianne Howell, hello from Pacific Northwest. Definitely a different time zone. Appreciate that. Diane Pagan from Florida, hello. Hot lava tube. Can someone get Slim a hot buttered rum to enjoy the fire? That would be totally awesome. By the way, I do have the kettle on there. I'm going to have to put some more wood in there pretty soon. I'm hoping I can at least have a hot chocolate because I know I tend to go coarse when I talk, especially if I just keep rambling on and on, which is what I'm doing. So I'm going to need something later on. Let's see. Hello from Minnesota, from B. Higley. Hello from Indiana. Howie Z. Sorry. Deer Haven. Howdy neighbor. Oh, he's talking to Marianne Howell, who's also there somewhere. Okay, I'm going to scroll. Sorry, I can't say hello to everybody. I'd like to. Let me just see if there's an actual question in here. Where's Howie Z again? I am just here to lust after Slim's old Monarch stove. Okay, well, I'm still wondering if it's the stove for me. It seems to work okay. I think a small, efficient one. I guess the thing I don't like about it is it is not a cooking stove. I wanted the full meal deal. I wanted to have warmth, and I also wanted to cook a meal on that. So because it's got that hole in the grill that it's not a flat top, I guess you call it. So don't know. For now, it's fine, but we'll see. If I find a deal on something, I might pick up a new stove. Let's see. Charles Britzman, hello from Fairplex RV Park in Pomona, California. Pomona, California. Love your show. Well, thank you. Okay, I'm just gonna. Good day from Australia. Now what? I wonder what time it is in Australia. I don't know. I should have a map or something on the wall. Okay, I just wanted to see if there are any Hamilton, Ontario, LJA. Cloudland Canyon State Park, Trenton, Georgia. Love Cloudland Canyon. I had a great time there. Wow, everywhere. Well, David Jones from Wales. I guess people, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, from SFA, North Carolina, Glasgow, Scotland. Wow, got the whole world in my hands tonight here. But let me just see if somebody has a question. Okay. Don't see any questions yet. I'm looking. I know there's a delay, and if I do respond to you, I know it takes 5 minutes for that to come back. Okay, I'm going to do a quick scan here. Let's see. Oh, here's one. Whoop, where'd he go? I had one and I lost him. I think it was Anthony. Where are you, Anthony? See, I really suck at this. Okay, here's something with a question. Okay, I won't touch the mouse here. Laurel Peterson. Hi, Slim. I love watching your videos. I'm in Michigan and we're getting snow done. We're getting snow done. How deep is the snow where you're at? There was a little bit of a snowstorm. I don't know when it was, a few days ago, about a week ago. Only lasted a couple of days. It was minus 10 Celsius, which is, I don't know, what, 15 or something Fahrenheit. It's got just above, like today it was, I think, about just about 1 or 2 degrees above freezing. Now it's below freezing. So no snow on the ground here anyway, but it's coming, believe me. SFA, camo rocks, and at least it doesn't get too hot in cabin, but curious as to what you'll figure out with the wood burner. There were a multitude of suggestions to make this work better. And it's getting kind of dim. I'm going to have to throw some more in the fire in there. Fire bricks is a really good idea. The best, like I get a lot of ideas from people and I appreciate it. The ones I like the most are the ones where I save money and not just spend it. If you throw money at a problem, you may resolve it, but you're going to lose a lot of money. Hardly a philosophy, but I like it when somebody suggests something like fire bricks are not super expensive. I could probably line that for, I don't know, like $50, $60 maybe. And I might do that if I keep it. But I'm not going to spend like $500 on that stove, because if I had $500 to spend on the stove, I'd buy a new little stove. So it's a work in progress. There's a lot of things I can do with it, but for now it's good enough. I can be out when it's below freezing and still be in a t-shirt. And that's one of the good things. I have not slept here for, I don't know, I think about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, when it was still above freezing. So one of the things I want to try is to get the stove going and stay the night. I'm not going to do it tonight, but, well, I could, but I didn't bring my pajamas. What can I say? Okay, blah, blah, blah. I'm talking too much. Okay, Susan Foot. Hey, Slim, my husband and I enjoy your channel. Thanks, Susan. Thank you for sharing your adventures with us. Okay, I got to find that other question. Where was it? Okay, well, there's Penn State Jeff. Hello from Virginia. When are you planning to visit Virginia? I did visit Virginia in January, I believe. I didn't stay long. And of course, I came through Virginia on my way up. I'm not sure when. I guess probably some people are going to ask, when's my next trip to the States? I'm not sure at this point. I am still working on getting this up to shape. I'm getting really close. Like, you know what? You can't really see it. It's so dark. How about I turn some lights on and you can sort of see what I've done so far. So just give me a sec. And I'm probably going to put another log in the fire. Okay, just hold on. Okay. Yeah, I was wearing I was wearing rubber lined gloves the last time I used this. So now I've got these cotton mitts. They're a little bit better. Okay, throw that in. See the fire? Can you see that? Look at that. Real fire. It's not smoking much, which is good. Okay, that should keep it cozy. Where am I at? Oh, okay. So you can see the background. I'm just going to get out of the way. I have curtains in there right now, and you can see the stairs up to the loft and the reflectors over there. And this is the part with the barn wood, the aged wood, and also in the hallway. That's where that light is. And you can't see the loft, but let me just do a little tilt here. Okay, now you don't see the loft. You can see a light up on the loft, and you see those boards there. I'm drying them. I had some fresh cut lumber, some really thin stuff cut at a local mill, but it was still wet, and so I'm drying it over the fire. So it's not that. Whoops, hold on. Sorry about that. Here, how's that? It's not that I'm sealing that up yet. It's just I'm drying the wood, and it's the perfect spot, and it is actually, I think, helping keep some of the heat down here. Some people asked about the loft. They thought it was really, really hot in the loft, and it's not. It's a few degrees. And you know what? I'm going to test that right now. Well, I can't test it with my thermometer because it wasn't up there. Duh. But I should tell you what the temperature is right now. It is, I don't know if you can see that. It's 14 degrees. Oh boy. I think I should get a dial. There. Okay. There you see 14 degrees, which looks like 55 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm just going to give you an idea. Just be back in a second. Up the stairs I go. Okay, it is warmer up there. I would say maybe by maybe 10 degrees. Hard to say. But that's the whole concept. That's what I was looking for. Like I do have a bedroom over there, but I don't think I'd use it in the wintertime. If I open that door right now, it's going to be super cold in there. Whereas if I really wanted to be economical here as far as heating goes, I would only use the loft. So, I'd cook here, do my computer work or whatever I want to do. And then up the stairs I go. And hopefully the heat from that stove is going to keep me nice and toasty until morning. That's the theory. I think it's doable, but I've got a lot of work to do. Okay. This is Kimberly Shalaby. Was Fiona the worst storm you were in? It was definitely the windiest storm. Like it was my first. Let's like say it the right way. It was I believe they're calling it now. When I did the video on Fiona, it was a hurricane when I started the video, and it was a class 4 when it came out of, I think, Puerto Rico and Dominican Republic, and then went across the Atlantic, and it became a class 4. And when I started off that video, I mentioned that it had been a class 4. What was it going to be in the next few days? Well, nobody knows. What had happened, and this is after the fact, that when it approached Nova Scotia, it did slow down. The wind slowed down a little. I believe some of it was a Category 1, and other places it was more like a cyclone or a tropical storm. I really don't know where I was, the wind speed was. It was pretty fierce, and I had been in. That was my first sort of pseudo hurricane. I had been in a lot of gales. I've been in gales in, let's see, Montana, Alberta, was it Mississippi? No, Louisiana. Of course, Louisiana, they also have tornadoes and they also have fierce lightning. Mississippi. So I have been, what was the other one? New Mexico was a fierce one. I think I did Leaning into the Wind in New Mexico. Been through a lot of wind. I've been through rain. I've been through hail, but not super, super bad hail, fortunately. But as far as that was a long, long event, I think that was the main issue with what I went through is it just kept going on and on and on. It was something I will never forget. Uh, some people sort of question my judgment on that one, but you know what? I have no regrets. I certainly would have been a fool if I'd stayed in with a little trailer, stayed where the eye of the hurricane went through, which was Cape Breton and Sydney. Those areas were hit really hard. So I was quite a distance away from that. Let's just see if there's any other questions here. Jean Carlos Familia Hichez, did I say that right? Hello, aloha from Albany, New York. Okay. Here he is. I found the comment again. Better not lose it. Anthony Puhan. Sorry, I'm really bad with this. But anyway, any plans for solar or wind turbine at the cabin? Hi from Edmonton. Solar, yes. I have solar panels. I have bought solar panels for this place. I have just not had the time to put them up. I do not want to put them up on the roof. I do not want to fasten in the roof. I just don't want to put holes in the roof right now. I've got another idea, which I'm hoping to do within the next month. I do have some folding panels I can put on the deck, but that hasn't been really that good at this point. I've got some monocrystalline glass panels that I want to try out, and I just haven't got to it. That would make it like a full complete system. Like right now, I'm charging the battery away from here and I'm just bringing it here. So yeah, I definitely want to get my solar part set up. As far as wind, I do know a guy here in New Brunswick who is completely off the grid. He's got a phenomenal setup, and his wind turbine is 100 feet up in the air. It's way up there to get any benefit of the wind. I don't know if it would be that much of a benefit here. Like, the wind is on and off. It depends on where you are, and I don't think I would rely on it. I think still solar is the way to go. I did experiment with wind on a trailer. Didn't work. Let's not go there. But I tried. What can I say? Okay. Ted, you need to dry your wood for a year in the woodshed. Well, first of all, I need a woodshed. Totally. It's on the list of things I need. The wood that I'm using right now is a lot of it was here before I even bought the property. There was a pile of wood. I've showed it in a few videos. That is where I'm getting the logs from right now. And that's why it's a mixture of birch, and I think there's some fir in there, some poplar, and definitely some pine. Tony Rutherford, hello from Kentucky. Okay, Beth Price asks, can you put tile on the top of the wood stove and cook in that? Put a tile on the top of the wood stove. The problem with the top of this particular wood stove is it's got this grate that's about this far from the actual top of the stove. And that's like even that little fan. Maybe you can see it in the picture. It's right there as the fan that's going around. It's not really good. You know what? Did I actually put some wood in there? Doesn't seem to be doing something. Maybe I forgot. You know what? I'm going to put another one in. Or I'll just use my poker. See this? I found this poker underneath the cabin. I think it's a poker. I'm using it as a poker. It's metal, looks kind of cool. And let me just see what's going on in here. Oh boy. See, that's the problem with this soft wood. It burns really quickly. So, another one in there. I mean, yes, hardwood is definitely a good idea. So if you get a cabin really cheap in a hardwood forest, you got it made. Okay, let me just see. Oh no. Oh, so I did not know that. Paul Lopez 2000. Did you follow Cosmo Weems? Sadly, he passed away. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. I have had some like back and forth conversations with Cosmo. I think we shared links. I think I have him on one of my I believe I do. Oh shoot, I didn't know that. It's like there's so many people I consider my friends that I've never met. And yeah, it's sad. But he was pretty amazing. He he touched people, and that's the main thing. It was like people were certainly whoever watched his videos and watched his work. Um, at least there's that, and I'm sure he had family and all that. It's like sad to hear. Um, Geez. Okay. Well, thanks for letting me know. Okay. On a positive note, well, that's it's thank you. I appreciate that. Andrew Schroeder asks, do you plan on renting out the cabin? I really don't know. My plan was to fix it and see what my skills were, see what I could do with it, if I could pull it off. And I never sort of got as far as what do I want to do with it next. By the spring, I would hope it should be a place somebody could stay. Whether or not it's just going to be me, whether or not I'll open it up for friends. I Let's put it this way. If I find something else and I can sort of wing a deal with this, I like this place. It doesn't have a lot of land, and it's basically a plot. It's oceanfront, which is a bonus, but you can't really tell that in the middle of the winter at nighttime. But it is a beautiful view. I would like to get something that just had a little bit more forest, I may flip it, and if something else is available. But you know what? I'm not even worried about that right now. I'm just having fun fixing it up. It's not. I don't think it's a permanent thing, but I think I can certainly be creative and I can learn. So if I do get another property, I don't think I'd build a cabin from scratch by myself. It's a lot of work renovating by yourself. It's not. I'm not like that guy in Alaska who he went up with like just the head of an axe, and he didn't even bring the handle. He brought all this stuff and he built this. I can't remember his name. Somebody knows it. Phenomenal. He built his own cabin and he stayed up there for years and he filmed it. Amazing. I think it was in the early 70s. Somebody will know who that guy is. I can't remember. Okay, so let me just see. I got to scroll down here and just see. Okay, sorry. The Slag 1978. Greetings, Slim from St. Louis. Hey, I've been to St. Louis. Great videos. What has been the biggest hiccup when doing the cabin renovation? That one's coming up. Okay, the carpenter ants was definitely a hiccup. There was certainly more rot than I had expected, and it wasn't something that anybody would have seen. I mean, you really would have had to dig to find some of that rot, but there probably was signs. The biggest hiccup to me at this point was electrical, and I'll probably be doing. I'm not going to give a lot of that out right now because that'll probably be the topic of one of my my new videos. But it was not easy getting any kind of electrical in New Brunswick, and I'm sure there's some people from New Brunswick which totally understand what I'm saying, but it was a challenge, and it was all something that was completely beyond my control. I was hoping to have this place like livable by September. And the reason I didn't was because everything had to be delayed. I couldn't even seal up the walls until the electrical problems were solved. So, yeah, totally get into that later on. I'm hoping that's the last hiccup. Okay, David Jones. Oh, I lost him. Sorry. Oh, Wes Walker. Hello from Corpus Christi, Texas. Wes Walker. Wes Walker. I met him in Corpus Christi on the beach. He came down and we had a great chat. Good to talk to you, Wes. I'm glad you're still hanging out with me here. Which reminds me, somewhere in those notes or somewhere in those comments, I've got to say this. Hello, Jason Williamson. Jason Williamson always says hello every video, and I always say hello back. So there you go, Jason. Hello. Nice job in the cabin, Tanya Dablang. Wow, I'm terrible with names. Sorry about that. Okay, question. Vorlon 10. Question. Since people have mentioned solar and wind, and the cabin has that beautiful waterside view, is there any scope to look at hydro power? Absolutely none. It's oceanfront, so I don't have a flowing river, and running any power off the tide is probably not going to happen. That would be way beyond my capability. So no. It's just property is just not set up for that. Good question though. Watching from Los Angeles. There's lots of hellos here. Okay, any questions? Okay, when are you coming to Ohio? Ohio is one of the few states that I have never, ever set foot on. Not because I have anything against Ohio. It's just where I've been traveling. I've gone everywhere except, what are the states I've never been on? I've never been to Delaware, Rhode Island. I think I sort of went through Indiana just for like an hour or something. So that, I don't know if that counts. But yes, I do want to go to Ohio because I think it's one of the largest states that I have never set foot on. So who knows? Maybe in the spring? I don't know. Send me a list of places I can camp in Ohio, especially if they're cheap or free, which is even better, and I'll check it out. David Jones, will you ever, I lost you, but I think you said, will you ever come to the UK? I would love to come to the UK. And I think before the pandemic, I think I can talk about it now. I was like, for the longest time, before the big thing happened and you couldn't travel or go anywhere, I was actually thinking it would be really nice to go to Europe. And I made a test. I went to Mexico City. I don't know if anybody remembers that. Went to Mexico City, got sick, ate a salad or something, which I always regretted. But I would like to. I haven't figured out how to do it. But now that I'm in New Brunswick, and a lot of people may not realize this, but I am closer to England right now and Spain than I am to California. So, it's like people say, well, when are you coming? Next time you're coming to like California? Well, that's like what, over 3,000 miles or something. It's easier to jump the pond. I love to travel. It's like, I don't like to be pigeonholed. Like I'm not a homesteader, obviously, because I just spend part of my time here. I was never a nomad. I was always a traveler. Just because I travel for 6 or 7 months a year, I'm still not a nomad. I'm a traveler. I'm a camper. I love nature, and I love ideas. So yes, I'm making it long. Sorry about that. But I would like to go to Europe at some point. Okay, let's just see. Okay, question. Okay, how do I stop this? There. No, it keeps going. Okay, I'm not used to. Okay, what is your favorite? This is teen pick. What is your favorite childhood memory if Thanksgiving time would be nice? Um, I love playing in the leaves in the fall. I don't, like I know what people put memories on particular holidays like Christmas and all that, but I just remember seasons more than anything else. I loved the fall. It was always colorful. It was still a little bit warmer. Things were not completely dead. Like, now it's pretty cold. The grass hasn't. There's still a little bit of green grass, but it's getting cold. Um, when I think of times a year, I think of out in the woods and nature, and yeah, the oak leaves. I think of Thanksgiving. I think of oak leaves and acorns and stuff like that. Okay. Oh, here's one. Gone fishing. Hi, Slim. Oops, oh no, they're going again. How do I keep them back? I should be used to this. Is only my third time. Sorry. Gone fishing. Question. I would love to see more cooking adventures. My wife and I get chuckles from your expressions. Yes, because everything kind of tastes not what I expected. I'm never going to be a cook, although I like to play with the concept of this is it's probably going to be different in a cabin when I finally get to cook because I can pile up groceries. It's not like I'm traveling and it's only what I can carry and it's only what's at a gas station. I should be able to come up with stuff here, and I can have a big frying pan, not a little dinky one. So yeah, I can cook more. I'm planning on it. Whether I'm going to be doing it with this stove, probably not. If it's warm enough, I might do it outside, or maybe there might not be many cooking videos until I can get a proper stove. It's starting to get cold in here, so just excuse me for a sec. Let's just see what's going on with the fire. Okay. Just needed a little toss around there. I've got two more pieces. By the way, the power right now is on my Jackery, and I've got too many lights on. I'm just going to turn that one on the back. That'll be another report in itself. The less lights on, the better. It lasts longer. So hold on a sec. There, much more intimate that way. You see the stove better. Okay, let's see. Any more questions? Try using Susan Rarick. Try using a wok instead of a frying pan. I guess depends on what I'm making. I guess. Let's just see. Oh boy. Okay, lots of questions. Okay, people are saying he's in Canada. Yes, I'm in New Brunswick, Canada. Let's just see. Okay, Wolfgang, I would like to hear about your vision as you continue to work on the cabin. Well, my goal is to make it livable. Still going? I don't know. It seems like it's sort of cooling down there. I might have to throw another one in. Okay, I'm going to throw another one in. Hold on a sec. I'm not good at stoves. Sorry. Now, I could also turn the damper down, I guess. I got full intake going there, but let's just leave it. Hopefully that's gonna do us for a while. I'm not gonna be too long here. Okay, Kerry Mountain Slim. I'm a few minutes behind, but just wanted to mention felted wool mittens are a cheap thrift sweater cut and make mittens oven replace mitt. Okay, well, thank you. Good to know. Close the damper a touch, Slim. Alan Brown. Okay, Alan, for you, I'm going to close it. Don't think it's actually. I've got a glove, but I just wanted to see. No, it's not. It's not too hot. I think I can do it with my hand there. Okay. One thing I have to do, so I've turned it down a little. We'll see how that does. Um, I keep forgetting to bring my digital thermometer so I can give you actual readings. I'll probably include that in a video just so I'm not going back and forth. Um, Greetings from Southern Indiana. Is there a Northern and Southern Indiana? That's Mike Coaster. Melinda O.A., hello from New Mexico. You're doing good down there. It must be nice. I miss New Mexico, especially this time of year. It would be really nice to be down there. Thanks, Jesus. Any plans on making more bad weather videos? Well, I don't plan. I don't plan bad weather. I just happen to be in it at the time. You know, like the Fiona thing. I was not storm chasing. Please believe me. I was driving away from it. I just felt I was. Yeah, I think that I went to a place where I said, this will probably be okay, and it was a little stronger than I was expecting. However, it did tell me one thing: that the type of trailer that I have, that little camper, did absolutely amazing. And I think it's just the design, the shape of it. It's like the eggshell fiberglass trailer did very well. One thing I did observe, especially when I was in Newfoundland, is the number one trailer out there was Airstream. I saw Airstreams all over the place, and I'm thinking because it's so windy in a lot of parts of Newfoundland that perhaps that's why there were so many Airstreams. I see Airstreams all over wherever I travel. I just found that in Newfoundland especially, there's a lot more there than anywhere else. I really like the trailer I've got, and I think it'll do well for me under various conditions, especially torrential downpours. I have been in actually even Texas. I'd been in some gale force winds in my A-liner, and it didn't handle as well as the Outback, the fiberglass trailer. Um, every trailer has its advantages and disadvantages, but I'm looking for something. I always look for something's versatile, that's compact for me. I like, everybody has their own reasons or what kind of trailer, but for me, I think this one's doing well. Sorry, Karen. Oh, they're going back again. I've never figured out how to stop this, but I'm going to try. There, that stopped it for a second. Okay, Chris Coral, aloha. Slim, you need to use the top-down method for your type of stove. Put small pieces atop by kindling, then larger pieces followed by logs on bottom. Okay, big logs on bottom, kindling on the top. I guess what I should be asking is, well, what do you do after it's been burning for a while? I'm just throwing logs in there, right? And, messing them around a little bit. Original 6. Accurate makes nice small digital thermometer, displays current temperature, but records high and low over the past 24 hours. Okay, thank you. Let's see. How's it going, Slim? It's going pretty good, Talpy D. Thanks for asking. Let's see. Okay, Hobo Henry. Do you plan on doing more nature videos with narration? It takes me back to my childhood watching Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom. I love doing nature videos. However, again, it's not something I can plan. I was hoping I was going to be able to do some nature shots of caribou in Newfoundland, for example. I only saw one the whole time I was there, and it was sort of like a blur on the road as it ran across. Never got a chance to get a camera out or anything. I was expecting to see a lot of wildlife. I went to Newfoundland and I never saw a moose. It's just, sometimes it's luck, sometimes it's timing, whatever it is. One of the other reasons I wanted to go to Newfoundland, and again, it was bad timing, is I wanted to see like the birds. The what are the birds? Uh, Gee, I gotta think. What the ones with the big orange beak? Sorry, brain fart. But anyway, a lot of the wildlife had already, especially a lot of the birds that I wanted to see had already gone south by the time I get there. Oh, the same with the whales. They weren't there either when I was there. But I did see the whales, in New Brunswick in August, so that was a good thing. Okay, let's see. I'm just going to scroll down again. I'm probably not going to go on too much longer. I'm kind of I'm starting to lose my voice. It does that. Okay. Cy McMurray question. Hello from East Tennessee. Have you considered burning coal in the stove? I'm sorry, but absolutely not. I lived in Alberta, and I also am very familiar with BC. And I realized the damage that coal mining had done to Alberta and the border of BC. It absolutely infuriates me, the destruction that was done to the natural environment. They removed the whole tops of mountains, and I can't support that. If you live in a region where you can mine coal and it's not difficult, it's not just wiping out a whole mountain, fine. But what I've seen, I just can't support that. Sorry. So no, I will not ever use coal. Thank you. Any plans for an outhouse from Holy Well? I have a compost toilet, so I can go here. So no, I don't need, and I did a video on that. Some people didn't appreciate my sense of humor. Sorry, but that's the way I am. You gotta sort of take me as I am sometimes. Puffins, thank you. Who said that? Jambo. Yes, I wanted to see the puffins, but they had already flown south. So I'll probably go back, and I think probably June or July. It's like I never saw the icebergs or anything. That's the nice thing about, well, most regions. It depends on the season. You see different things, but especially Newfoundland and the Maritimes, there's so much to see all year around. Okay, are you coming? Sorry, Stusu Lee, are you coming to Vancouver, BC anytime soon? That's a long way, and I would say probably not. I would like to get back there, like I'm certainly going to have to revisit Alberta and BC, but chances are not, at least not in the next few months, next fall or something. Who knows? Adventures with Regina. Hi, Slim. Enjoy your videos and enjoy your adventures. Hugs from Wisconsin. Thank you. Okay. Bethany Bernard is asking about PEI. I keep wanting to go to PEI. I was planning on going to PEI on my last trip, and then the big wind came. And so, well, that like people don't realize that I was only halfway through my trip through Newfoundland and Atlantic Canada. I was hoping to do the full meal deal, do more of Nova Scotia and PEI, but that totally destroyed my plans when Fiona came through. So will happen, probably closer to the spring or summer. I try to go there when nobody else is there, because it's to fight for a camp spot, especially when you're paying a high price. I'm not into that. Okay. So here's a question from Ryan Alfredo. Slim, have you ever tried hiking at night with a headlamp? That's when you'll see animals. You'll see their eyes. I highly recommend it. Take a white walk at night. It'll change your life. Good concept. I think I did try that. It might have been in Colorado. Um, I tried it in Arizona. Somebody said that tarantulas and scorpions, you could see them at night because their eyes light up. And I went out and I couldn't find a thing. Yeah, that would be neat. Going at night. I have one of my camcorders has an infrared setting, so maybe I can capture something. Who knows? Great suggestion. Okay, let's see. Hiked at no what? Somebody hiked. Oh, Blake hiked at night once, and not sure if he'd do it again. And the copperheads are very active. Yeah, but I don't. I'm not really too worried about really, scared of bears. I've seen, I don't know, like probably 20 grizzlies. Like the really nasty kind of bears, and got to be respectful to them. But no, I don't. I'm not too concerned with stuff like that. Okay, Jim S. Hi, Slim from Denver, coming to Colorado in summer or Southwest for winter. I don't know what I'm going to be doing in a month or 2 months. I don't have big plans. I want to finish what I'm doing here. Just to the point, like I'm never going to, let's face it, I'm never, ever going to finish this cabin. There is always going to be something that I need to do. So until I finish a few things, and I don't know if you see, like there is drywall. I don't know what I put drywall because I didn't want to put barn board all over the place. I want another theme in this area here. Oh, you see the lights? Can you see out there? Oh, okay. No, I thought you could. It's in the wrong position, but you can see the deck out there. I don't know if I can move it or not. Let me just see. Does that work? Okay. Yeah. See, there's the deck, and there's a little bit of the umbrella. Where are we? There we go. See, there's my umbrella out there. I haven't been using that umbrella much. I bought it for $20. That's why I have an umbrella out there. If I get a deal, then you'll find it. You'll find, like, I've got, I said, like this. I'm not a hoarder, but if I find a deal on something I think I can use, I'm gonna score it for sure. Okay. So it's mostly talking about night. Okay. Any other questions? Oh, let's see. Okay. Any plans to add a companion to your travels? Human and or animal? Who asked that? Derek, 1964. I meet up with people occasionally, camp with other people. And I do interview them occasionally. Like I think the one interview I did in Newfoundland, was a camper right beside me. I do meet up with people occasionally. I think what I would like to do, I'm getting kind of old, older. Okay, fair enough. And I'd like to be more adventurous as well. But there's some places as a solo traveler that's got a year or two on them that I can't go, that I'd rather travel with somebody else. And I'm open for I'm open for ideas, but yeah, I travel solo because I'm a very independent person, and it's easy to do. I want to go right now, put on my coat, out I go. I don't have to wait for somebody else. And as far as being a vlogger, social media, I'm by myself. I don't have to worry about copyright. You know what I mean? If I'm with somebody else and I do a video and they say, well, I look funny. I look too fat. Can you take me out? Well, that's, I would like to do videos with other people. I do travel with other people, but I meet people on the way. I go to meet people. I don't bring people with me. I meet people when I'm out there, and I'm recognized a lot. Believe me. As far as the animal question, it's the same answer. I go there for the animals, the wild animals. I I'm always conscious of the animals, and I like meeting these animals on their own terms, on their own turf. If I brought a domestic animal into that, the whole dynamics would change. And I don't want to do that. Some people like to travel with dogs or cats or snakes or raccoons or whatever they want to travel with. I would rather just meet the wildlife that's there, say hello, and let them trot off. And if they poop, that's their business. I don't have to deal with it. It's all a personal preference. It would be very, very difficult for me personally to travel with a domestic pet. And so chances are it's not going to happen. Okay, well, I think unless I'm going to just one more question, and that's it. So I'm just going to find it. I think you guys have been great. The questions have been really good. And nobody was prepared for this. I put out a notice, 4 hours before. It's not always easy, especially when I'm in a remote location, because I don't always know if it'll work, but it seems it works. A lot of people. Okay, here's one. Okay, last question. Dennis Cheslock. Have you thought about looking into getting a small motor home? In other words, I think when you're talking motor home, and I could be wrong, I think you're thinking of going full time, and full time on the road. And I don't think that's my preference. That's not my lifestyle. I like to go for a few months at a time, take a break, do some fix ups, improve things, and try it out again. By the way, and that sort of touched on something, I am working on another trailer video. I know a lot of people liked when I was doing for both of my campers in the past. I did like 10 things to do with a small camper, and those are always really popular. And I probably did, I don't know, 120 different things to do with a small camper. I have made some improvements to the fiberglass trailer I have now, and I'm working on it, but it's not finished. I've worked on some stuff that is especially for camping in the winter, and I do hope to camp in the winter shortly. Not in the next week or two, but I do hope to get out there and do some winter camping and just try some new things. But I try to keep things fresh. I hope people appreciate that. I try not to be a one-trick pony. I try not to be too controversial, although some things everybody has things they just, I have my own sense of humor. Not everybody appreciates it. I can get ticked off every once in a while. It's hard not to get ticked off being, in social media, being in public. I'm still a private person. I'm actually a very quiet person most of the time. And if you meet me, you'll find that out. And hopefully I'll get to meet some of you people when I start traveling again. But I think that's about it. I'm going to sign off. But before I do it, I'm just going to stoke the fire one more time. Oh, wrong glove. There we go. Okay. Here's the last of the fire. Actually, it is warm. I think if I crawled up in the loft and went to sleep, it would probably be nice. Maybe that's what I'll do. I don't know. Don't want to really drive at night, do I? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks everybody for tuning in, and I'm not going to do it every week or month, but probably sometime in the winter I'll be back again and I'll do a live one. Anyway, thanks. Appreciate it. Bye for now.